Let me say a few years ago, when we joined Peka, let me tell you something that will be very funny to you. I got to the meeting venue, and although I was convinced that yes, this is where I want to belong, this industry, but something reinforced my conviction. I got to the venue of where we normally hold the monthly meeting, and I saw a very big Lexus Jeep. So, I've not told you this before. And I was like, is it part of the yes, rat killers that hold this car? And what I saw, I just like, even though I know that it's prospect, but that also reinforced my conviction that I'm the right industry.
We started pest control like most of us, right? So I'm moving into the storytelling. That's why I ask questions. If you have any questions on rodent control, I'm going to give you some few points that he didn't go into, which are very important, like maybe classifications of rodent sites and all that. We'll do that. We went into pest control just like most of you, and today, by the grace of God, we've developed something out of nothing. Because a lot of people still look at us and they call us different names. Hunter of rats, hunter of cockroach, and Beku, But there's a saying that, so far you do anything honestly and with integrity, you would get to the highest place. Nobody would ever believe that pest control can take you to the farthest part of the earth. Nobody would believe that pest control, you can start doing pest control from the skies. And you have aircrafts that are spraying. And by the grace of God, we have gotten to that level in this country. Now we got into pest control like saying, so this is storytelling. And maybe this will inspire some of us. Like Mr. Rotimax was inspired with a Lexus. I want to be inspired with, a PJ, private jet. And things were not too. We've been in this, maybe that was 1998, 99, well, 20 years ago. It's a very interesting field, and you can't see the end. And it's still so undertapped in Nigeria. And because of the association we belong to, now we are, on your behalf, we're already putting down a lot of things. Of course, some people have been here, a Hoan, you have a Horecon. The Horecon is if you're practicing pest control in this country and you are not a member of, if your Horecon has not accredited you, you are performing illegally and you can go to jail. Yes, it's against the law. You must be. But first of all, Horecon has said, you must first of all belong to an association. So when you belong to the association, it makes it easy. So it's one of the conditions to register. So let's do things right. Let's not in that desperation of trying to get what you want to eat, you now become the one that is eating up. So please, by the grace of God, Mr. Rotimax, can I have your questions?
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
The first question I want to ask, and I'll give an opportunity to maybe just 3 participants to ask you questions also. Sir, when you started out your business, okay, I think you have answered this first one with your, yes, exactly. But the second question is very relevant. How do you assemble your team? And what do you think you have been doing that motivate them to give their best? What is your most outstanding accomplishment? Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, just like you said, it's very relative. And I would say my most cherished accomplishment is, has anybody heard about rent to kill? Rent to kill. Yeah, in UK.
Yes.
Fantastic. Rent to kill is the best, is the best pest control company in the world. It's the biggest pest control company in the world. It's the biggest in Europe, and it's the second biggest in US. So, and of course in Japan, Retokill does about $130 million business with the government of Japan annually. And they do products also. And my highest accomplishment was in 2013 when Retokill decided to come and buy my company in pest control. Retokill came to Nigeria and they offered us 150 million naira then to buy the company. That's how high your money. And I looked at it, it looked good. They didn't just come because we had a lot of interactions. We met at conferences all over the world. In US, the MPMA, in Britain, the BPCA. And I brought the managing director of Retokill to Nigeria because they wanted to buy this company. And to me, I sat down one day and looked at that story. I told you from the couch of my sitting room with a rat running and anxiety. And we had built this business up to the level that the biggest pest control company in the world was coming to Nigeria. And they came, but they offered to buy 100%, which I turned down. And that's very instructive to us. It's a passion I have. How can you buy 100% of it? I said, look, give me 5%. I need 5%. And I can even reduce the cost because they're going to become the biggest. It would have been Retokill West Africa. We would have been bringing them to, they've been in South Africa for about 30 years. But they're in East Africa, Kenya. In fact, some of the meetings I had was in Kenya. So my greatest accomplishment was that we have been able to build this business from nothing to the level bigger than some other businesses that people have been in years.
Thank you very much. The last question. What would you describe as your greatest challenge and how did you tackle it? Then I'll give 3 people opportunity to ask a question. Thank you, sir.
Well, the greatest challenge would be in relation to pests, because that's what we do. What kind of pests is the most stubborn to me that I've had encounters with that almost embarrassed me? The greatest challenge was bedbugs. Coincidentally, bedbug is the biggest problem they have in the US. The pest control companies in the US, the biggest problem they have in the US, 5-star hotels have bedbugs. So when you go for conferences in the US, they are talking about bedbug most of the time. So in fact, I haven't been to the MPMA conference in about, one just finished last week in Florida. I've not been there in about maybe 4 years. We used to go every year, they go from state to state. But because when we get there, 70% of the time we are talking about bed bugs. It doesn't really count. 70% of my business is not bed bugs. 70% of my business is rodents, cockroach, and mosquitoes. So what will I be doing? And bed bug, once in a while bed bug comes. So this time around,